You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. You can't stop me now.
Hello and welcome back to yet another Pad the Nomad travel vlog, and I am here in, wait for it because I am super excited, Hanoi, Vietnam. I have been waiting to come to this country for so long, and as you can see, it is beautiful. This city is beautiful. It is 1 week out from Christmas, so everyone is in such festive, beautiful spirits, and I cannot wait to get exploring this city over the next few days. Stop number one is the well-known and well sought after, the Note coffee shop. So we're heading on our way now. Let's go and see it. Note coffee, tick, and egg coffee, traditional something here in Hanoi, also tick, and also a note left. So if you want to read it, you have to come to Hanoi and travel it yourself. Try and find my note if you can. After the cafe, we walked along past this beautiful Kiem lake, one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. I honestly could be in the centre of London right now, not in the centre of Hanoi, Southeast Asia. So it's a really surreal and beautiful feeling right now, feeling good. We also took a quick dip into the monument to the king. A lot of historic culture and things there. Definitely something to pop into on your way past. And now it's finally time to get down to probably the most infamous thing here in Hanoi, which is the very secretive train street. Let's go and see that right now. So after thinking that we're gonna have to spend the train coming through just back there on the road, this lovely lady just ushered us in. She's like, come, come, come. You have to run round the front, and she brings you through a kitchen, and then here we are on the side, just underneath like a little balcony. Train street is just right there, and there's beer, so it doesn't get much better than that. This Hanoi experience is being class so far. Good morning, back again in Hanoi. As you've seen, we have just wandered past, aptly named the Hanoi flagpole, despite being a beautiful tower with a huge flag on the top of it. We walked past it on our way to the Ho Chi Minh Museum, and then following that to the Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. A couple of museums and temples to visit today on a little bit of a self-guided walking tour before we head out later on for some beer, because guess what? It's Christmas Eve, people! Let's go and explore. Okay, so we're finally inside the area for the Ho Chi Minh Museum and Mausoleum, and it is rather strange. I'm allowed my phone, but I'm not allowed to use my tripod in here. Gemma has had to take her GoPro out of her bum bag and put it into this large primary school looking book bag thing. We're being walked through this little walkway. I don't know if it's busy like this every day or if today is a special day being Christmas Eve, but it is busy as hell. There is checkpoints everywhere. I don't know if it's just because the mausoleum actually houses the body of Ho Chi Minh. We'll go into that later, I'm sure, as we're exploring. I don't know if it's because of that or it's a special event or something, but it's security. But security is airtight around here. It is insane. But the place is beautiful, so still gonna look forward to enjoying it. Well, that was definitely one of the stranger experiences of this trip. So we were walked in file as a group round loads of different angles, armed guards the whole way, phones checked, everything checked, then walked through this large mausoleum here, silence in there, hands by your side, all of these sorts of things, and obviously in there is the preserved body of Ho Chi Minh, and there's 4 guards stood around it, guard every 2 meters. It was insane, really surreal and extreme experience, but pretty cool either way. Plus, it's a pretty cool building. The Ho Chi Minh Museum, more of an exhibition about Ho Chi Minh's life, not overly informative for the non-Vietnamese speaking. Potentially there was more information in Vietnamese, but the English translations left a little bit to be desired. If you don't know, Ho Chi Minh was the Communist Party leader of North Vietnam at the end of the Second World War and then through the Vietnamese War. So internationally, and very much so here in Vietnam, is regarded as a figure of independence. No matter which way you want to look at it, he was part of that, and that is the history. There's not too much disputing, it's how you interpret, really. Specifically for this country, a very important figure in their history. Still a very cool place to be, and so beautifully well kept. A really nice place to wander around. You now join me inside the former Imperial Citadel of the city, a place which dates back all the way to the 7th century when China occupied this region and has been used by armies and presidential and royal people all the way through 3 or 4 different dynasties and loads of different cultural times of Vietnam. These ancient stairs behind me date back the oldest. They are an ancient relic of the former palace. Insane and really cool to be in once again. A really well kept relic of this country. Welcome to Hanoi Beer Street, and not the tourist one, the local one, where we have just got a jug of beer, maybe 6 or something pints for 70,000 dong. So yeah, do the math yourselves, pretty cheap. If you want to find it, it's located near, over there is a Lisabella Spa, Vietien Bank, and an Adventure into China Travel. There's a few landmarks for you to find. But on this corner you will get one of these. Normally it's 10,000, but we've got a jug which is like 25p a beer. So Merry Christmas Eve, my lovely people, and let's get drunk. Hello, welcome back again to Hanoi. It's now Boxing Day. Christmas Day was nice and chill, just with friends. And now today we're doing some more exploring. We've just come out of the Vietnam Women's Museum, which was amazing, and so I'm just going to go ahead and show you right now. now it's time to head over to the prison museum, which I've heard is just an incredibly moving and extremely informative museum. So I cannot wait to get down this road and go check it out. So the prison relic was very interesting, but also a little bit heavy, obviously. Same with other things we've been looking at to do with history of war, etc. It's tough to see, but very important to know about. After that rather amazing exhibit, we headed in towards the centre of town with the aim of checking out whether or not we could get to see one of the famous water puppet shows. And luckily enough, they had a couple of individual tickets, so we sat in different places of the theatre, but we did get to watch a puppet show, so that was cool, as you will have seen a little bit of. And then finally now we are at the pagoda, which I will have shown a couple of times already, in the centre of this beautiful lake. Here it is behind me as we're about to enter. We are here just before sun goes down, so the beautiful lights are on as well. So without further ado, let's just get in there and explore it. Hello again, and sad to say, but it's my last proper full day here in Hanoi. I will be back in the city in between sort of going out, coming back as a bit of a hub, but this is the last proper day of exploring, and what a day it's been already. As you'll have seen this morning, we went to the wall of mosaics, which was just insane. I cannot imagine how long it took for them to make all of those images. Next up, you find me within the next place, which is the Temple of Literacy. Now I'm going to cut back and I'm going to show you it from the start, and then we'll continue into this awesome courtyard. Wow, the Temple of Literature, I think I said it wrong earlier, but well, very, very cool, full of so much information, all about the beginnings of education and exams and cultural learnings here in this country that built it and made it what it is today. It was really cool to look around, and of course the architecture was just stunning. Next up, we're going to head out to the National Military Museum, learn a little bit more about the history of that, and also hopefully climb up a big flagpole, the flagpole that we saw earlier in this video. Hopefully we can at least get up to the middle of it, and then after that it will be a case of getting some snacks sorted and a bit of food, because later on today we are off to a place called Sapa, and you'll be seeing me there in the next video. So for now, let's go and enjoy our last few bits of Hanoi, even though I'll get some more glimpses, but for you it's your last few glimpses of Hanoi, and I shall see you there.
Stacked. You can whisper behind my back. You can show me how the odds are up against me all day long. But I've been through the fire.